So, how is everyone doing today? Good evening to everyone. I see a lot of people, they join us tonight. How are you guys doing? Come on, let me know. Is everyone doing all right? Yes. Nice. Guys, where are you watching us from? Let's see, what do we have today? From London. Hello, Sarah. Julia from Italy. BG from Switzerland. Hello, Theo from Czech Republic. From Martin. Adrian from Liverpool. Adrian from Northern Ireland. Nice. Darius from Poland. Steve from Dubai. Nice. Maxine from Nigeria. Ahmed from Egypt. Wow. Peterson from Brazil. Wow, that's awesome. Andrew is from Slovakia. Andrew from Norway. King, hi from South Africa. Wow, that's awesome. Collins from Amsterdam. Nice. Anybody else who wants to introduce themselves on the webinar? Frederick from Norway, brother. Hugo, hi Theo. Hugo from Portugal. John, greetings from Netherlands. Brilliant. Hamid from Pakistan. Nice. And many more. Louis from Manchester. So, everybody, myself and the Elevating Forex team would like to welcome you to another Sunday's webinar where we're going to go through all the major market potential moves for the week. Also, I explain how the news for the week can be implemented into your trading, what is expected to affect the currencies or generally the market moves next week. Now, who is watching us for first time here? Somebody? Me? Yes, Andres, nice. So, first time, Luis from Manchester, awesome. Welcome everyone. So just the disclaimer, I just leave it for a few seconds so to make sure that everybody understands this for educational purposes only. Now, Handu, me, BJ, first time here, Darius. And where is Gaz? Gilles. Do you mean Gilles? Gilles it's at the support. He answers all the text. Steve from Dubai, first time. Peterson, first time. Awesome. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Theo. My surname is Theodorou. I'm originally from Greek. I'm Greek Cypriot, so currently I live in Cyprus. Some people, they want to see what am I doing on a daily basis. You can check my LinkedIn under Theo Theodorou 21. I mean, some people, they want to feel more confident. Okay, who is that guy in front of us who is going to explain us about the market and why to pay attention to Theo that is going to explain us about the currency move and how he's qualified. Well, I'm a certified financial technical analyst. I hold certificate from the Society of Technical Analysis in the UK, as well as another certificate as a certified market technician from the International Federation of Technical Analysis. So I'm a little bit deep into the trading stuff because that's my passion. That's what I love doing. And that's what I do for a living. And I wanted to make sure that I can take my trading and my market analysis skills to the next level. I specialized in CFDs trading, although we can trade futures if you're trading futures or something. And when it comes to currency correlation, it's where I pay the most attention because knowing how to correlate the currencies when let's say you take one trade on the euro US dollar and you are buying, and then you take Same, buying positions on the pound US dollar, on the Australian US dollar. It's like you need to understand a little bit the correlations there. On a daily basis, beside my trading activity, as per my certifications and experience and knowledge, I provide official market analysis for hedge funds and for prop trading firms. Also, I published articles, especially about crude oil and oil prices in financial magazines. And I had the privilege to host webinars with traders like Steve Ninson, who introduces us to the candlestick patterns, or on the left, Mr. John Bollinger, the inventor about Bollinger Bands. Also some other guys here, John Collins, Alex, and Fraser. So that's all for this one here. Darius sent me a picture, but I cannot open it right now, so I'm very interested to see. It's a potential setup. From the way I see it, it looks very prominent. And if you took that trade, yeah, well done. Did you take that trade? So I would like to start with the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Everyone, if you have any questions about markets, about what we expect this week to happen, something you need to ask, you want to ask about the markets, please put them on the chat below. And some points I always try to ask questions if you want to engage, so it makes also the webinar a bit more fun. Okay, so feel very welcome. And remember, I'm here, we are here for you guys. I'm not here to repeat the stuff to myself that I spent my whole weekend to do my analysis and get ready for not only this webinar, but also for my trading activity from Monday onwards. So this is for you, and please take the time to ask anything you want to ask. So for new traders here, I usually go on the weekly time frame to check the market direction, the price action, if there is a reversal or continuation price action. Basically, I like to do my analysis on the weekly time frame because I look for only two things, and then I go down to the hourly time frame or to the 4-hour chart, and I just place the trade. So it's very, very simple the way I trade. And this is different from the signals our traders, they send on a daily basis on the premium channel. And yeah, so if you want to learn how to trade yourself, that's why I'm also here to help you and educate you. So Australian dollar, US dollar, the price after moved upwards for quite few weeks now. Last week, the price didn't go anywhere, and it printed this shooting star, or the upper week rejection around the resistance we had marked on the chart from the last webinar. Okay, so you cannot come to me and say, Theo, you just found this resistance and you put it there. No. The webinar is on YouTube channel, and you can go and see it. So we kind of looking for a topping pattern here. The stochastic oscillator shows bearish divergences on the weekly chart, and that can start some sort of weakness on the Australian dollar. Now, where is the biggest part, and why I will be looking particularly on this currency pair throughout the week? Because everyone, on Friday in the US, they will report the non-farm payrolls. And for those who don't know non-farm payrolls, it's the biggest event in the markets that brings so much of volatility. And why traders, they care so much about that? Because this event will determine if directional moves will occur in the next couple of weeks, and they will last. So based on the consensus of the non-farm payroll, we expected to see strength in the US dollar. So if the US dollar will become a strong currency next week, what do we expect to happen here? Can anyone tell me? Yes, we expect the Australian dollar to drop against the US dollar. So how can we take advantage of that? Well, we apply strategies, we apply trading strategies. My strategy here is to start looking for these formations, lower highs and lower lows, and go short. Now, for those who've been on the webinars for a while, and I shared with you the bearish engulfing and bullish engulfing setups that I usually used to trade, this is an ideal entry for me to enter here with a stop loss above the high there and a take profit on 221. So if I, let's say, trade on a prop firm account like I do, and I risk $1,000 on that trade, I'm looking to squeeze out $2,000. If the trade win and if the trade lose, I'm willing to risk $1,000, so to go minus on $1,000. Now, am I taking this trade on Monday or after a few hours? The answer is no, because I also have some rules, again, based on my experience, and this is what I teach in my courses, where and when is the high probability times to trade each instrument. Okay, so this one here, definitely I will not do it with the market open. I will prefer to do it when there is going to be more liquidity in the markets during the London session, New York trading session. But for me, I just want to see continuation like this, and pretty much that's what I will be looking for. Green candles, green candles to move upwards, find some reversal and go short. So simple stuff. Can you please check Euro Yen if possible by yourself? Thank you, from Joel. Steve, please, is there any strategy with 80% win rate? If yes, please share. Steve, to give you a strategy, my strategy works pretty well, but I can, in order to, if I give you a strategy and you don't know how to look for the parameters that they valid the strategy, then even if you have the best strategy, it's going to be hard to implement it. And that's why the last few times I was explaining that, guys, I'm going to I put a course and I put it in a very discount prices only for you. But to be honest, now I was accepting only 15 people on the course. We shared the links. We said, if you want, you can either sign up or text at George at support, and George will direct you on how to sign up. So now 15 people only I could take on the course because I had workshops and it's an interactive course. Now I cannot take anyone else, so all seats are booked. When I will do the next round, I will just let you know. Okay, now the only thing I can offer is private one-on-one mentoring. If you are interested, you just let me know. Darius asks, where do I base? Currently, I'm in Cyprus. Peterson, what to expect from gold this week? We will do the analysis on that one. Let's check the euro against the US dollar. Euro, based on the CPI news last week, was the weakest currency actually across the board. So the price reached this resistance 2 weeks ago, and last week it didn't even make a higher high and it started decline. Did I take trades on the euro? The answer is no. Why I didn't any trade on the euro? And I will show you the trades I took, and I will show you the losing trades and the winning trades. Okay. So the reason I didn't take a trade on the euro last week is because I didn't have the confirmation price action on the weekly chart. So it will have been a very low probability, like to throw a coin and decide it's am I going to buy or am I going to sell today? You need to have a plan. If you want to become a successful and a profitable trader, you need to have a strategy. You need to have a plan. You need to know what are you doing in the market. It's not just you turn on one day and you just become a trader. No, that's why when I was a beginner trader, I was seeing for mentors for so many years. Now I'm the mentor for traders. So that's how it goes. From next week, though, I will be looking, let's say, on the hourly time frame to go short on this one. Like the market goes with lower highs and lower lows, we have these defined swings. So if the price will retrace a little bit upwards, some traders, they do trend line. Some other traders, they maybe use one moving average. Some just to understand if the trend is up or down. Some traders, they just want to see only the swings, which they are very visible. And then we enter using either smart money concept, we enter using, let's say, price action or Fibonacci retracements. For those they are interested to learn about smart money concept stuff, I've done a lot of webinars as well. I can teach you all this stuff. It's not a problem. And just understand something. This is our ways to enter the market. They are not market analysis themselves. And I'm telling you with all the honesty and all the experience as market analyst and trader. Next one, Great British Pound against the US dollar. The sterling was holding a bit strong last week, actually. And although it created these nice higher highs and higher lows, at some point in time, the weekly charts as well, like this one here, they will enter into the retracement. Now, when you see the weekly chart enter into a retracement phase, imagine the hourly, it's going to be shown like a strong downtrend. This is how the time frames, imagine that to make somebody expert in the time frame. I talk about 45 to 60 minutes explaining every single thing, how to go from one time frame to the other during the courses. Okay, so it's very, very important to know how to navigate through time frames, and that's why you see me going from weekly to the daily, from weekly to the hourly, from weekly to the 4-hour chart. I don't need to go and scan other time frames to find other levels. Everything is clear when we know what to look for on each time frame. So in this particular one, still we expect its strength in the US dollar, which means weakness in the pound. So price makes lower highs and lower lows. There is a nice downtrend in place. I'm going to wait for the price to come a little bit upward, and during the London trading session or end the New York, actually I trade more on the New York trading session, and I will be definitely looking to find something and go short here. Okay. USD JPY on the weekly chart, though, this is not in an uptrend. This market is not in an uptrend, is not in a downtrend. Although we see some more bearish move here, it's not that clear. Now, be mindful that if the US dollar will gain strength, most likely this is going to push the price higher. Okay, it's going to be inevitable. Abraham said, hi, hello, Abraham, and welcome, of course. Next one, Great British Pound, Japanese Yen. Again, to me, they look like they are in the beginning of a downtrend. We don't have lower highs and lower lows in place to say that the market is in a downtrend. So the weekly chart, in general, all the Japanese currency pairs, they are not clear, to be honest. Okay, so on the 4-hour chart, the price just goes like this. Is trading within this upward trend line and this horizontal, static horizontal resistance. Let's just Louis said, Abraham and Louis are a team from Manchester. We love your analysis. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. So we expect the price to break to the upside, but again, if at this point, like the weekly chart is not clear, if you decided that you're gonna trade that you're going to do analysis on the 4-hour chart, you need to go down to the 15 minutes or 5 minutes to take the entries. Because if there is no clarity on the weekly chart, then the 4-hour and the hourly price action won't be a high probability trading setup. Nobody told you that. I understand, I know, but this is what happens in the market. This is how the time frames they confuse traders. One time frame shows an uptrend, the other time frame shows a downtrend, the other time frame shows another downtrend. So what do? Okay, so when there is no, let me share something with you. When there is no room to apply your trading plan, you just look to trade another market. I repeat that. When there is no opportunity to apply your trading plan, then you must look for another market to trade. You cannot force the market and the price to trade them without having a trading plan. With the euro, that's the first 2 trades I will share with you actually from last week. Remember, last week the euro had this inside candle here. The high was there, the low was there. That's the weekly chart. And we said, everyone, that I'm looking to go short on the euro because the strength was down. After this pin bar and this bullish candle, the price didn't move anywhere and it stayed as an inside candle on the weekly chart. So if you want to become also expert on reading the candlestick, you're going to have a high probability of success in the markets, because candlestick or bar charts, they lead every single thing in the markets. Okay, so on the hourly time frame, actually I took these 2 trades. That was on Wednesday. The first trade was a losing or a winning trade. Was the first one? Which one? No, it was this one. That was the losing trade. The winning trade. The first one, bearish engulfing. Let me show you. Market, it's in a downtrend. You see, it makes lower highs and lower lows. It came down there, retraced, bearish engulfing. That was a good one. By the time the price reached the support, I was out of the trade. You will see that all my trades, every single entry I take, they are all accurate. They are all to the letter. I don't mark around with my money on the trades, and I don't mark around with the support and resistance. If there is a high probability, like a descending triangle trying to break through the support, I'm going to go to take the trade. Of course, I'm not going to hesitate like this one here. But if there is no kind of continuation pattern, I will not try to go through and make, trying to make different things. So the next trade was this one here, another bearish engulfing in the context of the downtrend. And yeah, I got a losing trade around there. So that's fine. When the winning trade occurred, I made 2 to 1. The losing trade, it took -1 of the account. So overall here, I was plus 1%, assuming I risk 1%, which I risk 1%. So for this week now, because the Japanese yen, it appears with weakness last week, the price action and the market structure is not very clear in any one of those. That's why I prefer to trade something else this week. Let's read some questions and we continue, of course, because the good setups for the week, they are yet to be announced. What to expect from the gold, we will talk about the gold. Yes, fantastic weekly analysis. Lucas asked, what's the software you use for the analysis? I use the TradingView platform. It's a free software. It's a free platform. You can download it or you can access it online. Do you have a Spanish version session? No, I don't. No. Hi, Theo from Ahmed. During the last 2 weeks, we've seen a lot of stop losses signals in the currencies that win below 50%. Look, anything has to do with the trading setups. Our traders, they send on the premium channel. Please speak with George at support, guys. Mariana, hi. USA bank holiday tomorrow. Will it affect trade? Yes, of course. Something is very important to know. Tomorrow in the US as well as in Canada, the banks will be closed due to the labor due to labor days, let's say. So we expect that the liquidity, which means the spreads will be a little bit higher. So, and maybe some false price action will occur. I don't know. When you trade on the lower time frame, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15-minute chart, you have to be aware of that. Thanks for mentioning that, Mariana. Louis said, any advice for trading non-farm payrolls? The news can be unpredictable. Guys, I won my biggest win during non-farm payrolls. Back then it was 2,200 sterlings. It was the account, it was in sterling back then. And my biggest loss was 1,100 Australian dollars, that one. And within some seconds. So after being a professional trader and a skillful trader, I prefer to stay away, and I advise all my students and everyone that is sitting next to me and learning how to trade or trading to try to trade more stable, under more stable market conditions. Nearly every year, gold has been bearish in September. Last few days has been reversing downwards. Do you think it could stop and drop below 24,000, 2,400 if dollar is getting stronger on other pairs? If you observe the current, by Greg, if you observe the seasonality of the markets, yes, gold should have been bearish in September, and it can be bullish in December, January, and February. But the correlation with the US dollar is not as strong as it used to be before. So I wouldn't bet a lot on that one. And don't take day by day on based on the correlation on the seasonality charts and correlations and compare, let's say, this with the first week of September. Back then it was like this, and this week it's not like that. Okay. Lucas, perfect, thanks. Can we look at the BTC? Yes, of course. Stamatis, hello, Stamatis, how are you? Brent, Greg said thank you. Perfect. So we continue. Great British Pound, Euro Great British Pound. Honestly, who was here last webinar? Many of you, I know that you were here last week. We said that this one here, Euro Great British Pound, it had for a second week in a row lower high and lower low. So we expected the market to continue dropping, and we were hoping the price to hit this support. So what happened actually on the hourly time frame, I had one losing trade, to be honest, last Wednesday. I took this bearish engulfing short. I went for 2-to-1, but the price came here and it took me out with a spread, which is fine. So that was the only trade actually I took on this one, because at this particular area, my trading strategy was applicable here. So I was plus, let's say from the euro yen, it was +1, now -1. So it's flat, the account so far. But I had some other good trades. So what do we expect next week? We do expect the price to trade a little bit further down, and we don't know if it's going to break below this support and it's going to continue lower. We don't know that. So what we know is the room of opportunity, the room of opportunity to take trades from this area to that area. If we can fit our trading plan on the hourly time frame or any other time frame, yep, good to take some trades. Why not? Now, how to enter the trades? The price now stopped making lower highs and stop making lower lows, maintains the lower highs. I prefer to see a clear break through this support, and I would like to see the retracement back to the broken support to act as resistance, find the entry and take the trade. Next one, Euro Swissy. Here I had 2 winning trades, and that was good for me actually. So early with the European Open, actually why we took this trade, because for those that were here last week, we explained that this market was one of the best markets to trade, right? Who remembers that? Who remembers that we explained that? The price on the weekly chart made lower highs and lower lows, and it moved upward, creating this reversal price action within the content of weekly downtrend. So I was looking to apply my trading plan on the hourly time frame last week for 5 days. I found few good opportunities that I didn't hesitate to trade. That was 2-1, and that was another 2-1. So that was a plus 4%. Okay. I had losing trades, I had winning trade, and overall, yeah, the numbers never lies. So we expect to see continuation on that weakness also with the Great British Pound, Swissy. Again, sterling was a bit strong. Let's see what's going to happen here. I'm not that convinced though, but to go short, but I'm not also looking to go long, because it doesn't mean it's the one or the other. And if you just start or you are trading for a while, remember that for the rest of your trading career. If the opportunity doesn't scream to go short, for example, it doesn't mean that if you go long, means if you buy, it's going to be a high probability trade, right? Does it make sense? Steph, are you going to analyze the gold? Of course. Actually, let's do the gold now. The gold market, everybody anxiously waiting for the gold market. So the price last week was a kind of doji candle around the all-time high, right? Here is the all-time high. So we were expecting the market to decline, and I was expecting a heavy decline. Although the reason now this market, and I'm not like those guys, actually I don't like those guys that after they see an event, they go and they say, you know, this happened because of that. And I mean, if you knew in advance that this is going to happen, you should have sell your house, you should have sell your car, you should have go and borrow $500,000 from the bank to put them all on one trade, and you wouldn't be on this webinar tonight. Okay, so that's the reality. But let's be honest, reasonably and normally, let's say logically thinking, a price that reaches an all-time high, it means that at some point it's likely to continue until we see evidence of reversals. And that was one of the evidence of reversals, because if the buyers, they were so strong here to push the price above the previous all-time high, close above it, and the next candle, weekly candle, didn't move far and beyond that based on the bullish candle, it means there is something not right in the market. Last week, an inside candle occurred on the weekly chart. You see this black candle, this black doji candle, it's an inside candle of this green doji candle. So I'm expecting some weakness okay, to be honest. But this level here is not a recent tested level. So we can't be very firm like we were on the Euro Swiss, for example, on the Euro Pound, on the Pound Swiss last week, on the Aussie Kiwi, Aussie New Zealand dollar, because this is not here, it's with all-time high, and that's the big thing. On the hourly time frame, though, the market was trading and is still trading sideways. So for me to take trades on the gold, I want to see the price to break below this support. If the price keep rallies, I don't know where it's going to go, because it's not a trending market and it's very low probability trade setup for trading on the hourly and or 4-hour time frame. Because if you are trading on the 5-minute chart, this move here, it's going to be a strong downtrend. Okay. So I'm waiting I'm waiting either the price to break below this 24.94, and then I will be looking for short positions, or to break above the all-time high, and then I will be looking for long positions based on my trading style. But yes, there is a bullish sentiment, and yeah, the market craves for that retracement. Correct. Next one, the US oil is my, let's say, bread and butter. How do you call it in the UK? Bread and butter. It's my thing. Let's say it's something that I feel very connected with. I understand it more as price movement nature. I don't know why, for a reason. And I trade it pretty much every day. But last week it was one of the weeks that my trading strategy pretty much wasn't applicable nowhere. So in this one here, I didn't take trades at all. So I was in front of the computer, scanning the market every single hour, looking the screens, looking for the price action. And the price action on Friday, for example, it occurred at the time I wasn't looking at the market, and I wasn't intended to take trade. Should I place a trade because my setup appeared when I wasn't supposed to trade? The answer is no. That's why I consider myself, and I put myself in the category of a professional trader, because I apply every single discipline professional and profitable and skillful trader needs to apply in order to reach his or her maximum potential in the market. Okay. So next one, pound euro Australian dollar or euro Aussie weekly chart. Price keeps making lower highs and lower lows. I don't know. The weekly, it's been four weeks in a row. It moves lower. At some point, it's going to create some retracement. Now, I don't know. The market, it's already in a deep downturn on the weekly chart. So I wouldn't try to be the guy that is going to try to squeeze everything from the market. On the hourly time frame, the pattern, the lower highs and lower lows now are not, actually the lower lows now are not in place. So only if the price breaks below this low here to resume the downtrend, I will be interested in looking at this market. Euro Canadian dollar, though, it can be one of the markets we can trade next week. It started for the first swing high here with a bearish candle, so we can assume that the market will continue with one more push to the downside. Also, be mindful that the Bank of Canada, they will report their interest rates for the week, for the month, and the forecast expected to drop their rates by 25 basis points. So, which means the Canadian dollar will become a very weak currency if this happens and if the market follows through. But most of the times, it's it happens. So let's expect that if the Canadian dollar will become a weak currency, maybe this is going to move upwards. So don't get surprised and don't get caught on that. Okay. To be honest, currency markets, gold market, oil market, all the markets, they are driving not by the technical analysis, they are driving by the factors they create the prices. And with technical analysis, we find the sweet spots to take advantage of all this stuff. That's why every single time I'm sharing with you some fundamentals that they will affect the markets here. Next one, it's the Euro New Zealand. I was looking to go short, as we explained on the previous webinar, although a little bit skeptical, but yeah, because of the Euro's weakness after the CPI report, we're looking for short. I had a losing trade here that I'm happy to share it. Bearish engulfing at this point, and I got out again by the little spread, and then it just moved downwards. So far, I was plus 4%. Now I'm plus 3% based on your calculations here. Next one, the pound Australian dollars. I was looking to go long, as I explained on the previous webinar, because of this outside, due to this outside candlestick here, but no setups occur that fulfill my trading plan. This week, again, it's very sideways dodgy. I mean, I'm going to stay away from this one here, so I don't include it in my checklist anymore. Pound Canadian dollar, it was at resistance. Remember, guys, we said, and I told you particularly, I remember I explained about this one, that if the price made a new high here and it stopped and closed right at resistance, most of the times, or most likely, the sellers will take over. Why? Because if it was so strong to come and touch the resistance, where all this momentum from the buy stop orders and from the stop loss, they went short, where it goes, where that momentum goes. So obviously, this is one of the very misleading and tricks that we see in the market all day long. So I explained that to you, and I hope that you were looking also for short positions based on that one. Next week, again, I want to look for short, but because the Canadian dollar, it's going to get, we expect it to get a weakness, so most likely we're going to see some push to the upside. So if that will happen, I don't think so I will be interested to trade long the euro cut and the pound cut. But what about the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar? Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, most likely it's going to go to the upside. So on the hourly time frame, if that's going to happen, price is at support, very nice. If it starts making higher highs, higher lows, I will be interested to continue looking for, to start looking for long positions. Here on Friday, I had one good trade on the Australian dollar New Zealand, as I said at the beginning of the webinar. Why? We explained last week that very bearish here. If we break below, we said this moving average that I just used as a filter. On the hourly time frame, I found the bearish engulfing here. I entered short with a stop loss above here plus the spread. And by the time the price was about to reach this previous swing low, I was out of the trade with +2. So overall now is +5. I was +3, +2 equals +5 on the trading account. I think that was all the trades I took last week, to be honest. On this one, I don't remember that I took anything from here. But quickly to see another three pairs here. New Zealand, Canadian dollar. If the Canadian dollar, yes, will, again, I repeat, it's going to get weakness, then definitely I'm going to look to have this on my checklist to go long on the 4-hour, 1-hour chart, wherever the price now, after it made this one, it start consolidating here, and we expect an upward move. If this is going to happen and the price will move to the upside, definitely all the way for long positions. Next one, Aussie Swissy. Although I want to sell this one here because of these lower highs and lower lows, the sellers weren't anywhere nearby last week. Both of them, Aussie and Swissy, were kind of strong currencies. Same with the New Zealand Swissy. New Zealand was very strong, and that's why the price didn't drop at all from here. CAD Swissy, yeah, we can look for short positions. Let's mark it. New Zealand Swissy, no, was the Swissy, but CAD Swiss, yes, I will be looking for short positions. How do I do that? Well, price makes higher highs now. Once it breaks below this low point here, which is the relevant swing low, I will be looking to go short. Next one, let's check some of the indices and the NASDAQ. NASDAQ on the weekly chart, the price, we expected the price to move downwards as we didn't see some follow through above this resistance, and the market now rejected on the hourly time frame. It's not in an uptrend, it's not in a downtrend though, because we have this equality within this rectangle. Ideally, if the price moves upwards, I would like to go for long positions, to look for long positions throughout the trading week. But remember, the US indices, they're gonna be maybe very low probability trade setups this week, okay, from tomorrow. And the last one, the Bitcoin. What's going on with the BTC? Actually, there is a nice pattern here. So on the weekly chart, the price is still dropping. Last week, we were expecting the market to move upwards, but it didn't go. Now, it's better to show it on the 4-hour time frame because I marked here a descending triangle. This is unofficial, actually, market analysis that is going to go. It's already went for a hedge fund on Monday, and we have some equal lows here. We have some positive divergences. We do have some kind of break now outside and rejection of this lower support. And yeah, let's see. I've done the analysis by the time the price was somewhere inside this descending triangle, but because Bitcoin, it's also open during the weekend, yesterday and today, the market, it moved. So yeah, but what I'm happy to see is that the price got rejected, at least with one candle at the support, which means this support is significant, around 58,000 US dollars. If the price will move upward, there is a bearish order block here. For those they know what they are, what order blocks are, and it can maybe become a resistance factor for the price. But if the price will continue moving upwards, then yeah, we have this 65,000, the significant resistance. But on the other hand, if it's going to decline, then we go all the way to 54,000. These are the levels. You can copy them, you can mark them on your charts. So, boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, everyone, again, you left me talking myself here, making all the talk. I hope you found it very informative. Somebody said, I see this with consolidation. Yeah, buyers are exhausted and secure some profit. Absolutely. Martin said, never mind, it was interesting and useful. Thank you for that. You are very welcome. So myself and all the Elevating Forex team would like to wish you to have a fantastic rest of the day, of the night. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope every single week this webinar adds value to your learning, to your understanding of the market. For those they sign up for the course, again, thank you. We already spoke. We're going to start our sessions, and that will be excellent. And yeah, I would like to wish you to have a fantastic night. Happy trading for the rest of the week, and I will see you all same time next Sunday again. Thank you. Bye, everyone.